these are the pride and vanity and similar such trends should be abandoned. We should drop them. Know how to do this, how to drop it. When you ask me how to drop it, I say, how did you have it in the first place? As a child, did you have such pride? You know, pride and vanity needs the other to show off. So often we mistake self-esteem or self-respect to pride. They appear to be of the same category. Only self-confidence or self-esteem doesn't need the other to be there. But for pride and vanity, you need the other. You need a car for your own usage. That is your necessity, your need. But if your car is there to show off to somebody else, I've got the latest model of car, or my neighbor has a better car, so I also want to have high level car. This is vanity. Wanting to show off is ingrained in vanity and pride. But we often confuse that to be our self-esteem, our self-respect, and all that sort of thing. Why should we abandon pride? When you feel very proud, have you noticed what is happening inside you? You feel there is an inertia coming up. In the pride, you feel heavier, you feel insensitive. You lost the subtlety of love. When there is love, there is no pride. When there is pride, there is no love. What pride or vanity will show off with your own spouse, with your own mother, or with your own kids? Whenever there is show off, it is, you remain in the superficial level. You are stuck more in the head and watching what the others are thinking, whether they are recognizing you or not. But when there is love, there is unity. You don't even expect whether other has understood your love or not. You are simply there, right? You exuberate that vibration, that very subtle vibration of love. You have heard so many stories of love. Romeo and Juliet, Laila Majnu here in India. So many. Khalil Gibran has written many poems on love. There are so many. And in all this you will find the lover has no pride other than the pride of their beloved. Tadarpita akila charasan kama krodha abhimanadikam tasmin neva karaniyam. All actions should be surrendered to the divine. Since you have surrendered all the actions, then those traces of anger or desire or pride, anything that comes, direct them all towards the divine. If you want to get angry, you get angry at the divine. And you really cannot, you see. This we see in the devotees. Devotees sometimes fight with the divine. They fight for the presence. Make me feel your presence. This urge, deep urge, and the pride of being a devotee, I am your devotee. That self is, if you want to have that pride, have that pride. Don't do anything small, do it big. In Sanskrit, there is a proverb that says, Nalpe sukhamasti, yovai bhuma tat sukham. There is no fun, there is no joy in small things. Go for the biggest, go for the highest. Astrology is a safety wall for our emotions. It helps you to direct your feelings from microcosm to macrocosm. Astrology says, oh, your time is not so good. So because of that, you had loss. Because of that, your friends are not friendly with you. So your mind goes, oh, it's because of Saturn, it's because of Mars retrograde, because of Mercury retrograde, everything is going bad. Then what happened? Your bitter feelings towards someone whom you think is the cause of your problem is shifted to the planet. And how can you be bitter with any planet? You cannot. They do their job, they move the way they are supposed to. And so, which you thought is apparent cause, and because of that cause, your impact or your effect that you were going to throw on them, that got diverted somewhere else. By the time that anger reaches Saturn or Mercury, it is already vanished. You have no more anger, no more hatred or sorrow, anything. So, astrology is a way to divert or make your feelings very strong and not hook them on to illusory events or people whom you think are the cause for it. Otherwise, you think somebody is the cause for your misery, they occupy your head. And they sit there and they bother you day and night, I tell you. In fact, you will sort of deeply drowned in their love, only in the opposite direction. Since our mind is such and our consciousness is used to anger, used to lust, used to desires from so long, they may not just disappear. Even to desire, I don't want to have any desire, is another desire. Either you get upset at yourself because though you know all the knowledge and you are not following, or you get upset at somebody else because they are mean, they are not trustworthy, or they are not considerative. These sort of complaints arise in your mind. You may try to brush it aside, but they come to you because you are trained to see it from a long time. From lifetimes, we have been carrying these things: anger, desire, pride, these things. Then what to do? Says, don't struggle, never mind, don't struggle. If you find them there, offer that also to the divine. Know that even these things are part of divine. You will see that very moment, you'll find tremendous freedom. When there is freedom, then love springs. When you don't feel free, when you feel restricted, when you feel constrained, when you feel guilt and fear of all these emotions, when you are not free, then love does not blossom. For love to blossom, do not fight with them. Direct them to the divine. Kama, Krodha, Abhimanadikam, Tasmin Eva Karaniyam. Direct them towards the divine only. Be greedy for seva. Be greedy for satsang. That's okay. What is to be greedy about some little material thing? Taking is common, but to be greedy to give is very special. Very special. People try to give in competition. That is okay too. Trirupa Bhanga Purvakam Nitya Dasya Nitya Kanta Bhajanatmakam Prema Karyam Premaiva Karyam. Trirupa Bhanga Purvakam. There are three forms: the Tamasic love, Rajasic love, and Sattvic love. The world and all its accessories have all been controlled by the three gunas, are composed of these three gunas. This is their composition. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Whether it is mind, intellect, ego, they all are part of the three gunas. There is a intellect which is tamas, there is intellect which is rajas, and there is intellect which is sattvic. Similarly, with ego also. I have spoken about it in the Gita, that all the three gunas are permeating almost every aspect of life. So in love also, there could be a tamoguni love. Tamoguni love is that which gives pain to others and to oneself also. The love which is out of total ignorance. Tamoguni love. Then Rajoguni love. Rajoguni love is that comes out of self-centeredness, and then you are extremely happy or you are totally unhappy. Normally people experience Rajogun love only. If you do this to me, then I love you. With conditional love. That is Rajoguni love. Then Sattvic love. Sattvic love is the love with harmony, wanting good thing to others. Sattvic love also can make you miserable. So pain is there throughout. In Sattvic love, the pain is not to the other. The pain is very less. There is more harmony. There is more lightness. That is Sattvic love. Here Narada says, you cross even the Sattvic love. Trirupa Bhanga Purvakam. And how you do that? By being an eternal servant and a beloved. These are the two flavors that he says. Either there is a master and servant relationship, or a relationship of lover relationship, my beloved. That sense of, and sometimes they both can exist. Sometimes either one of them can come up in you. And this happens to every devotee. Sakha, that's why it said Sakha means companion, beloved. And then as Swami. Swami is master. Swami is Sakha. These flavors of devotion have been experienced by saints all along the history. Master servant, not just for a few days. You are not servant for only particular time. Eternal, forever. I am servant forever. Someone who is servant for a short period of time, he is expecting something back. Okay, I do some service, I get my rewards, and I move on. That is not bhakti. What do I get by serving someone? This is not the bhakti Narada is talking about. And when you take someone as your lover, your beloved, you'll do everything for them, right? And whatever you do to them will always be right only. There is a story from Japan. It says once a couple got into a boat for their honeymoon. As they were sailing in the boat, a big storm came. And the wife was scared. But the husband was very serene. He was sitting, smiling, as though nothing has happened. This is a little strange. Women get so upset when there is an emergency situation and lover, beloved doesn't respond, doesn't do anything. Ah, they get worked up. So she shook him. Hey, don't you know what is happening? You are not worried. There is not even a trace of concern in your face. You are smiling as though nothing is happening, everything is normal. Immediately he took his sword and then he put it on her neck. And she looks at him and says, "What? Is this the time for you to play?" She's laughing and smiling. What, is this the time for you to play? The gentleman said, "Look, you are not scared of me putting a knife into your throat? Why? Because you know you are my beloved, I love you, and I'll never do anything to harm you. Similarly, I know God is my beloved, the divine is my beloved. When you say that the same sword, when it is in somebody else's hand, you would be scared. When it is in my hand, you are not scared. Similarly, when my life is in his hand, why should I be worried? Why should I be scared?" That is the strength of a beloved. That is the strength of a servant. Bhakta ekantino mukhya. Devotion is that which is one point, that is of the best kind. You know, people who are in love, suddenly they fall in love with everything. They're sometimes very gullible. Innocent and gullible also. But here Narada says there should be one pointed love. Bhakta ekantino mukhya. The best kind is there is one pointed devotion. Why? When devotion is streamlined or is channelized, it is like the water flowing between two banks. You can navigate, you can do many things with that water. Same water, but it is flooded everywhere. It's good for nothing. So our consciousness, our mind, if it's spread all over the place, we are doing spiritual shopping all the time and falling in love with everything all around, then that devotion does not grow as it should. So bhakta ekantino mukhyaha. One pointedness is the best kind of devotion. Kantavarodha romanchashrubi parasparam lapamanaha pavayanti kulani prithvincha. Such devotees, when they talk, their hairs are standing up. Their throat gets choked. It's a thrill. And tears roll down their cheeks. And they're talking about their love for the divine. The purity in them just exuberates all around them. They are radiating that love. And they talk among themselves. They purify not just their lineage, but purify the earth as well. They bring purity to the atmosphere. They purify everywhere. Such people are rare. And wherever they are the lighthouse of. When I say rare, Don't underestimate you. You could be one. And there is one in hiding inside you too. Every one of you. That rare personality is sitting inside of you. It just needs that little push. Kantavaroda romancha ashruvi parasparam lapamanaha pavayanti kulani prithvincha. When devotees gather together, they don't stop talking about their experiences, their stories, and they feel such thrill inside of them. And tears start rolling. And these are signs of love. It happens naturally. In the 90s, when our ashram was still not built in Canada, I was there in Canada, and then a journalist from Montreal came to interview me. The journalist was a little curious. When she came, she sat down with her paper and pen, and then she could not control her tears rolling down, and she could not understand why tears are coming out of the eyes. She said, "This has never happened to me. Why am I crying?" And she started apologizing. "Please, sorry, excuse me, excuse me." You know, she must have apologized to me 10 times. I said, "Never mind, I know, just relax. Never mind, it's okay to cry." People with pride cannot cry. But lovers shed tears. And these tears are very valuable tears. They are not tears of anger or frustration or sadness. They are tears of love. And it is said that even angels are hungry for a drop of that type of tears of love. This happens when in Upanishad also there is a saying, and we see this every day happening to millions. Upanishad says, when you meet your master or when you meet your beloved, what happens? Bhidyante hridaya granthi. The knot in your heart gets open. Chidyante sarva samshaya. All the doubts simply disappear. And the kshiyante chasya karmani. And their karmas are eliminated. Lot of their karma gets washed out. Often people say, "Gurudev, I think I had to ask you this, but when I meet you, I forget all the questions." I said, "Good for me." Imagine everybody I meet and they all have hundreds of questions, millions of questions. As it is, I answer many questions. But this is a common experience with many, many, many people that they forget what they wanted to ask. Sometimes people prepare writing down all their questions. Then they come and they find it's all irrelevant to ask those questions. And others ask questions only just to have some conversation. Questions disappear. Tears start rolling down. And a thrill happens in your entire body. And such tears purify the world, the earth as well. Tirthi kurvanti tirtani, sukarmi kurvanti karmani, such shastri kurvanti shastrani. Such saints and such devotees, they make pilgrim places holy. And all actions auspicious. And themselves are testimony to the scripture. Such shastri kurvanti shastrani. Scriptures you just read many times, you don't understand. Or even if you understand it, just here only. It doesn't touch you somewhere deep inside. And it doesn't come out as your own thing. But when you hear from the Guru, it gets more into. It gets more into yourself, your being. Tirthi Kurvani Tirthanti. That is the pilgrimage place where there is a saint, where there is a guru, where your pain, your suffering, and all that karma you have been carrying from long simply dissolves. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. The presence of saints make a pilgrimage place a pilgrimage place. Wherever they are, that becomes a pilgrimage place. Wherever devotees are there, they don't need to go somewhere. Wherever they are, that becomes a holy place. And every action they do will be for the betterment of the society. Any action they take, it will end up being good and auspicious. Because they can't but do something that is benevolent. It is almost impossible to do something which destroys, which harms. They'll only do something which is auspicious. And they are the storehouse of knowledge. They themselves are testimony. Tanmayaha, they are completely absorbed by him. There is no difference between him and his devotee. The lover and his beloved, they are one. This is why it said Radha and Krishna are not two people. Krishna's energy is Radha, and that Radha's manifestation is Krishna. They are one. Dhara means that which is going out. Radha means that which is going to its root. When the energy moves to your root, you realize you are that. And that is why I said, you, all your feelings, with all your whatever trends you have, everything you offer to the divine. And know that you belong to the divine. Now, this is not just being an emotional drama and just being so emotionally every day and night. No. Here, this love is much beyond the emotional lulu, whatever, la la land that people go into. Remember, the Bhakti Sutra is not to put you into a la la land, sort of giggly, wiggly land. It is to make you realize of something much bigger. Much bigger. Tanmayaha. They are completely absorbed in it, in devotion. So, these two flavors in your life of servant and beloved, beloved and servant. Just being love and being in love with the unseen power in this creation. It's easy to love things, events, people and those things, the little thing. But to love something which is so big and which is the summum bonum of creation, it is neither easy nor difficult. It's very peculiar. It's easy, very easy in 1 second. And it is very difficult on the other side of it. One may have to spend lifetimes to experience that. And we will move.